And there is more to your profession than just chasing the dollar. There's more to it than money.
Sure. Like I said, it's that title. It means more to me than money, I think.
All right, that was earlier today. Now, the two principals, Marvin Hagler and Bobby Watts, are in the ring. A fight scheduled for 10 rounds. And the introductions by the ring announcer, Nuno Cam.
Bobby Watts.
All right, Bobby Watts.
Wearing the blue print and also weighing 168 pounds. The #1 ranked middleweight of the world from Brockton, Massachusetts.
You can tell by the sound of the crowd, as we suggested in the conversation with Bobby Watts, this is Hagler country. The trainers and cornermen for Hagler will be Goody Petronelli and Pat Petronelli with Steve Wainwright. Slim Perkins will be in the corner with Bobby Watts, along with Eddie Aliano and Jimmy Arthur. The referee is Rennie Liberty from Augusta, Maine. Louis Vigneault of Wiscasset, Maine. Judge Sidney Schwartz from South Portland, Maine, judge, and Jimmy Britton of Augusta, Maine, also judge. The referee will have no ballot under Maine rules. The three judges will make the decision. And a little show in the center of the ring between Bobby Watts and Marvin Hagler, with Watts enjoying an advantage in height of approximately 3 inches, as you can see, about 2.5. 10-point must system under Maine rules. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Mandatory 8 count required for each knockdown. No standing 8s. Fighters can be saved by the bell. Can, I say, be saved by the bell. Hagler is the left-hander in the dark trunks, and Bobby Watts in the white trunks. Though Watts has a 2.5-inch advantage in height, if that is an advantage, he has no appreciable advantage in the reach factor. Oftentimes, that is the most important. He looks quite a bit rangier than does Marvin Hagler. Watts has a history of being a cutie sometimes, moving a lot. But as he told us, he's coming out looking today. There'll be no great amount of dancing, as perhaps his name Boogaloo implies. Hagler digging hard to the body and covering well as Bobby Watts retaliates. Watts almost in a peekaboo defense there, and Hagler trying to reach inside of it. Did slip the right-hand jab in there. Hagler making the fight early, doing the scoring early. Bobby Watts standing pretty much flat-footed. Hagler at times has been quite boastful, quite boisterous in his media conversations. I thought him quite reserved today, quite to the point, and interesting in his attitude, that he realizes the championship was so close to him the last opportunity, and he is supposed to get another opportunity in the foreseeable future, as soon as Minter and Atafermo have their rematch, and they are scheduled for a rematch in June. Watts got a good left hand to the body that time. Bobby scoring here in the final seconds of round number 1. The referee is Rennie Liberty. It's a good left hand popped in there by Hagler. Half a minute to go in round 1. Despite his rangy appearance, it is already apparent that Bobby Watts generates considerable leverage. You can hear the blows thudding against the arms and forearms of Hagler. All right, that's round 1 from Portland, Maine. number 2, scheduled for 10. Live out of the Civic Center in Portland, Maine, where the Maine Mariners play their hockey. Beautiful new building in this old city. Marvin Hagler in the dark trunks. Bobby Watts from Philadelphia in the light trunks. Hagler fighting out of Brockton, Massachusetts. And that's a slip. First round, I thought, relatively even. Hagler early, Watts late. These are middleweights. Watts covered in that exchange, but in this exchange, he gets a solid right hand on the chin, inside. Hagler going after him. Watts again caught by that right hand uppercut, snapped his head back. Looking to counter. Standing pretty much flat-footed. He has been training, Bobby Watts has, for a bout with Ernie Singletary when this opportunity appeared. And frankly, if he should beat Marvin Hagler this afternoon here in Portland, Maine, he very obviously would be a probable choice to challenge the winner of the Minter and the Thermo rematch. Minter currently the champion. Hard right hand by Hagler. Appeared to hurt Watts. Another right hand by Hagler. Watts is down. Just about the halfway point of the second round, Watts hurt by a right hand and then down by a right hand. Now let's see if Bobby Watts can run himself out of trouble. Times past, his legs have been suspect when he's been hurt. His recuperative powers are about to be tested right here as Hagler puts him down. It was 2 right hands that appeared to do most of the damage. Watts cannot sit on the ropes with Hagler. He's got to get himself out in the open. I don't believe he can survive if he sits back in there. Hagler facing himself, doesn't want to get too wild. Remember, the bell can save you under Maine rules. Watts trying to survive the round, now beginning to apparently stabilize a little bit. He tries to beat Hagler away from him. Coming off the ropes, a half a minute to go. Watts hurt by a left hand. He's in trouble again. There's the left of the face. 20 seconds to go. It's been all Hagler in this round. Watts is going to make it through number 2. The bell can save you under Maine rules. Lights over. Lights over. Well, now, there appears some confusion on the part of the timekeeper at ringside because the list of rules handed to us, the bell could save you. Now, we've got the discussion between the people at ringside, but it's relatively academic because Hagler had really abused Bobby Watts in the corner, and as time expired, Bobby Watts was pretty well out of it. So Marvin Hagler continues to be one of the most impressive middleweights in all the world. Bobby Watts said that he'd stand his ground, that he would try to go for the big punch. And I think the aftermath of this one is going to be one of considerable controversy because the bell could have possibly saved Bobby Watts. Okay. The timekeeper was under the assumption that he could not be saved by the bell. The rules for this fight that I have in front of me say quite clearly that the bell could save you. And there you are. The fight has been stopped despite the fact the bell was not rung on schedule. So we've got something to argue about. my goodness. So some confusion between the officials and the timekeeper as Marvin Hagler stops Bobby Watts. Now here's the end of the fight. Watts goes down, and again it is the right hand to the side of the head that drops Bobby down for the second time in the fight. Now